Moving to legislation. After further discussion within the commission and with our AAGs, we are seeking to withdraw the suggested idea for agency request legislation that we presented in July. The Attorney General recently reissued an informal opinion on this topic, and we think that we can continue to work closely with the AG's Consumer Protection Division to enforce any complaints that we receive on this. So we would like to withdraw the proposed ARL topic unless you would want us to stick with it and continue forward with it. And then I think if that's okay, I'd ask you if there are any other topics that you'd like us to look into for 2024.
Anybody have any questions for Lisa? Any other?
No? I guess a comment. So, you know, the proposal that staff had certainly was, you know, an effort for clarification and to ultimately reduce staff time down the road with that clarity. The fact that things have changed in the last month or a few weeks, and there appears to be increased attention to consumer protection related to those issues. I think I'm certainly comfortable with not going forward with that as agency request legislation. And, you know, just based on the last several years of the legislature as they convene, it seems like we end up with a pretty handful of issues that we end up having to weigh in on anyway. So I'm not sure why this year would be any different than those years. I think we're going to have a strong presence on the Hill as we have been doing, and not bringing an agency request bill, you know, I don't think changes that. I think it still has us on the Hill, providing, you know, more information to legislators, as well as improving our relationships on the Hill. So I'm fine with not having a agency request legislation this year.
All right. Any other comments, concerns? You're muted, Senator.
My thought is I'm hoping that we continue our work with the various committees in the House and Senate in terms of some general reports from the Gambling Commission on what's been going on. I think that would be valuable. I also believe that, you know, as we see some change, we're seeing changes in the structure of training police officers in our state with the development of more regional training centers. And I presume that will also impact our people, enforcement people as well. So I'm hoping that we recognize that there probably will be some action in Olympia around some issues that will be of importance to us. So I think it makes sense not to move forward with the bill. I think I expressed that at the last meeting, but I do believe that we should continue to make sure that the Gambling Commission activities are brought before the committees of the legislature. Thank you. I think that's part of our overall purpose anyway. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. So
thank you. And I hear all that you're saying. I think we will be actively up on the Hill. And already, as the director said earlier, we're already prepping for what we call Gambling 101 session for legislators before the session starts. So that's going to be our first thing, but also we'll be up on the Hill. But one thing I would point out, Chair, is since we're not going to move ahead, then there's no need for the special meeting that we sort of penciled into our calendars for September 12th, right?
Okay.